You are not ready. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. This is an emergency.
Watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it. Watch it roll. Watch it roll.
Watch it
Pop it, drop it. Watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it. Watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. You should kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all. You should kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all. What's up, shorty? Excuse my grammar. Can't help but notice you's a bad man, jammer. If I take you home, I'ma drop that hammer. My swag got flash like a room full of cameras. Baby, you can be a trainer. Pop it, drop it, let me in. Haters hate it when winners win. So pop that booty in. Do it again. And I love how you make those haters mad. Built like a stallion and she so bad. Ugly chicks, they gon' feel sad, cause she got something that they wish they had. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. You so dope, you can be a model. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Booty so big, it can hold a bottle. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Nashville Cavemen podcast. I am your host, Damon Unleash, and I am here with a really good friend of mine who I consider like a brother. So I'm going to roll out the red carpet and let him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? You know me, Sky Black, music publisher, pro wrestler. You know, tonight we have the D-Bling radio show. So, you know, if you are an artist and you want your music spun on my show or Hard Hitter radio show, they're both on the Off Top Radio network or Off Top Radio station. You can go to www.offtopradio.com for more information. And then after we spin your music, we put it on our network, offtoprecords.net. That's where it's sort of like iTunes and things like that, where we put your music so people can listen and download and share and do all that stuff, comment or whatever. If you want to send your music, you can send it to sky.black@gmail.com. That is sky.black@gmail.com. And then once we're done with it, Damo here, hey, he'll play your music videos, he'll interview you, and then he'll put your name in the hat and all that good stuff for male artist of the year and female artist of the year. So if you are an independent or up-and-coming artist, we got everything you need to be successful. So holler at us.
Yep, I am looking for people, artists from all over the world that
All
I
over.
can interview. All over.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you're in Africa, if you're in New Zealand, London, if you're in Japan, if you're in China.
Right.
If you want to go ahead and do an interview, just reach out to me. But you got to speak English because I don't speak them other languages. So I'm just going to put that out there, man. So that's the blueprint. I don't speak no other language but English. So if you are fluent in English and you would like an interview, reach out to me, man. The email address is souldrivenllc@gmail.com. So just send me an email, man. I will get back with you. And that's that. So how's your week been so far, Sky?
Man, it's been good. It's, you know, this weekend I'm doing double duty. I got to wrestle twice. Shout out to everybody swag at the Carroll County Civic Center down in Huntington, Tennessee. That's Saturday night. Me and Classic Man versus T-Dog and Jennifer Justice. And then Sunday, shouts out to everybody No Limit Pro down in Tullahoma, Tennessee at the Gypsy Joe Arena. Sky Black will be defending his No Limit Pro Broken Limits title versus a guy named D'Amico. So yeah, I'll be pulling double duties this weekend.
Man, well, you know
And
what,
May
man?
4th, shouts out to everybody in Illinois. Sorry, May 4th, shouts out to everybody in Illinois because me and CAI will be heading to SMPW May 4th.
So y'all sound like y'all got a busy schedule then.
Oh man, I think the next 8 weeks I'm on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that must be nice, man. So what's the furthest that you got to drive out?
The furthest I've ever drove was when I went to Corning, Arkansas, April 13th. That was like a 4.5 hour drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shouts out to them. Thank you, Humane Championship Wrestling, for inviting me down there. Yeah. Thank y'all for that.
Man, my week was going good until today, man.
What happened?
So, my job, I pull like 12-hour shifts over the weekend for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So the person that worked the shift, which is an 8-hour shift from Monday to Thursday, they quit. And that shift, which is third shift, they can't keep nobody, right? So I was willing to take on all 7 days because what they try to do, and this is what I don't like about jobs. And if you run a company, do not run your company like this. I get it, but don't run it like this. This is why y'all think people don't want to work, but this is why they're disgruntled with a lot of these companies. So the company I work for, when they want me to work overtime, they'll call me. And that's hard, that's cool. But when I want overtime, then it's, we got to watch overtime. One of them scenarios. So I'm just like, well, you can't do me like that. You can't wait a day or two and I'm off. You don't know what I got planned. I could have for an interview plan, something financially going on. I could have a doctor's appointment. You can't just ask me if I want overtime a day or two beforehand. You got to let me know a week in advance.
Right.
And if you're going to do that, don't act like it's a benefit when you want me to work overtime. Oh, it's okay. That's great. But then when I want to work overtime, or I asked you, well, you know what? Since you guys can't hire nobody these days, just give me these days. Well, we don't want to give you overtime. Well, if you would have had a conversation with me, I would have told you, you know what? Give me a flat fee. I don't care about the time and a half. Because Uncle Sam going to come and tax the hell out of that anyway. So I don't really care for the time and a half. Just give me the days at a flat rate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand.
So now I'm trying to work all 7 days, man. I got this I want to invest in more, as far as like advertising. I think we run a great podcast. Some other things I want to invest in. And so I'm like, my goal going forward is to work all 7 days. I don't want to feel like I got a free day. Because a free day is like a wasted day. It's like, man, dang, I could have did something really productive with this.
Yeah. I had a friend back in the day who used to work every day. I'm used to, I come up that era where you work 5 days a week, you have 2 days off. Most jobs back in the 80s, there wasn't no such thing as third shift unless you was a truck driver or, gas station. It was just a handful of jobs. And so most people was used to working Monday through Friday, having Saturday and Sunday off because, a lot of people are going to church. Well, as the 90s come around and, the culture started to change, I asked him, like, why do you work 7 days a week? He said, I got to eat 7 days a week, don't I? That was it. I mean, you do. You got to eat. You got to shower. You got to put on clothes. You got to burn gas, like 7 days a week. So he said he might as well work 7 days a week. I said, well, all right. He said he'll quit working 7 days a week.
And you got to think about it too. The perspective I was looking at it at is I have more money to invest. Right. Anytime you can have extra money to invest in, why wouldn't you take it?
Right.
And so I was, kind of disappointed, but not too much. I'm like, I'll go and find something to fill them days in. And that's a mission and a goal of mine. So
well, the type of job that you do too, your body can sustain 7 days a week. It just depends. Yeah.
And with me,
you working at T-Mobile, you sitting down every day answering phone calls. I might could do 7 days a week. Right. But not doing roofing or construction. No.
Oh no, you can't do that. I mean, there are some people that do manual labor jobs, but I guess you better be in good health if you're
Yes.
gonna do that.
That's right.
You better
Right.
be in good health. And so, what's up?
David Lack,
I've
how
done
you
that.
doing,
What's going
brother?
on, David?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've done that, David. Work 7 days a week at a hard manual job.
Yeah, that ain't fun now. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
I
ain't
mean,
fun.
I guess your body get used to it, it's cool, but
Yeah,
my job isn't hard labor, so
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like life is short. At least take a day off just to relax. I know most people feel like they wasted the day, but technically in my mind, you ain't wasted because your body has to recharge itself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. You know what I'm saying? If you working 7 days a week and you ain't got time to take a breath, you gonna go crazy. If one of them days somebody's gonna say the wrong thing to you and you just gonna just blow off.
Well, for me, it was like this. And the reason why, because I thought about that, but then I was like, if I could work from here to the end of the year, and next year I didn't invest it into something that allow me to while I'm doing that, I done transition to working for myself, it was all worth it. So that's what I was aiming for. I really had a vision and a plan with it.
Yeah, I'm with you, David. As I've got older, man,
you gotta have a plan. You can't just be working to work. Now, I wouldn't advise nobody to do that. You gotta have a plan with it.
You know, I just decided to have multiple streams of income, so when one is down, the other one will pick up, and vice versa, man. That 8 hours a day working for one person, one paycheck. But when you at that job, you're doing multiple things, but they're only giving you one paycheck. But then when I watch TV and I see somebody, well, if they do this, they get that check. If they do that, they get this check. If they do that, they get this check. If they do that, they get this check. But at a normal job, I can walk in and do 10 different things in 8 hours, but only get one check.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, but man, we got some good topics on deck, man. I came across this video, and I'm gonna play this video because I thought this was really interesting, right? This woman's take was very interesting. And so the question is, if a man takes care of his children, that means that he's maybe not in the house. When the mother needs something for the child, rather it be a field trip, or rather it be, she may need groceries, she may need help with school clothes, or she may even get school supplies. If he did his part in that perspective, but he doesn't pay child support, does that make him a deadbeat father?
No, that's what I did.
I don't think so.
I won't say I never was on child support. I was just one of the few black people who got off of it. At the very beginning, I was, but that's a whole nother subject on how you get off child support. But once I got off, no, because what you say, you take care of field trips, school supplies, you take care of when they playing sports, all that other stuff. It takes a lot of pressure off the mama. You see what I'm saying? So how does that make you a deadbeat dad because you're not going through the court system?
Right. I don't even think the court system should actually be involved.
Especially if the parents can get together and communicate, but they never can, because first of all, it's babies having babies. So when the child is born, and let's say the parents are 21 years old, they're still children. The child doesn't come first because in their mind, they still have that me syndrome. So if the daddy ain't doing something that the mama wants or vice versa, then it's the child must suffer. And that ain't how it's supposed to be.
All right. Well, for me to play this, Beagle, I'm going to have to jump off of here for a minute because I really do want to play this video. So
that's why I advocate. Now, I know with most women, they don't like having babies later on in life because of whatever statistic that they've read. Having babies in your 30s and 40s is just not a good thing. But having babies between 16 and 21 to me ain't a good thing neither. I think a good age of having a child is probably 30 to 35. So that way you're grown, you're financially together. Hopefully you're married by then. And that way you understand what it's going to take to raise a child. When you, 18, 19 years old, and you having a child with another 18, 19 years old, you still in your feelings. It ain't about the child. No. Oh, well, you didn't get them the Jordans. You went to Walmart and got them the Jordan Ashes and all this old stuff. What difference does it make? The child got shoes on his feet. You know how many children in other countries are running around barefooted? But that's not, as an 18-year-old mom, that's not how you thinking. You thinking you want your child to look as good as the girl down the street child is looking. But you don't understand the girl down the street child, her baby daddy sells dope.
Right.
So that's a temporary thing. But once they catch him and he go to jail, then she will be buying Jordan Ashes just like y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Still in that young person's mind frame.
Well, this lady, man, this take was just something else. Hold on, let me get to this.
Radio. Bluetooth.
All right, so let me go ahead and get to this.
Bluetooth connected. Take him to school.
Yes.
She sometimes have to take him to practice.
But you don't have no help. My kids are situation. And
how much are you paying child support?
Yeah, I'm gonna pay nothing in child support. Like I'm a good dad.
Hold on, but you travel all the time.
Yeah,
they're
I'm still a good
states.
dad.
But you don't pay child support.
Why would I pay child support?
So you take them to school every day. You take them to the doctor's offices. You take them to practice.
I mess with women that got themselves together.
Okay.
And
like a true toxic man. But you know what it takes physically? I would rather today, where I am today, I'm doing it alone.
Yes.
And it's hard. But you know how easy it is for me to go and work and make the money. I have to have a nanny, right?
Yes.
And she has to, like this morning, I'm at the radio station. She got to take him to school.
Yes.
She sometimes has to take him to practice.
But you don't have no help. My kids, I help their mothers.
That's their mother. How do you help them? With what? If you're not there with time and you're not there with money, how are you helping them?
Yeah, but I am there with time and I'm there with money.
How can you? You're one person, 7 kids, 7 states.
My kids are grown.
When they weren't.
I did it when they was grown.
They didn't grow.
When they was babies.
So they popped out of the vagina at 30?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, what I'm saying to you, when my kids was born,
from 0 to 18. How much?
A lot of time, and we're still close.
What
to
are
this
the ages?
day.
Do you even know the ages?
Yes, 37 to 16.
No. Give me 6.
Yeah, 37, 32, 26, 22, 21, and 20 and 16.
So you have 3 that are a year apart.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and they're all in the same state?
No.
So when those 3 kids, let's just focus on 3 out of the 17 you got. Those 3, they're growing up and they have to do like that those first 5 years of their lives. Yes. How often could you have possibly been
That's
there?
true, but so
were you paying child support then?
So I don't pay child support.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Like, why would I pay child support? I'm not a bum.
Because did you pay for their school?
Of course.
Okay, so
but you talk so fast, you don't let people get their thoughts out.
You just kept saying I don't pay child support.
You're a judge.
No. You kept saying I don't pay child support.
You put people on the.
Okay, so all these.
When I say I pay, no. Let's make sure we're clear. It's very important because I got my parents.
Child support.
Let me finish my thought, darling.
Oh, 2x.
Thank you. Yep. Make sure. When I say don't pay, that's the communication gap. Okay. When you saying, what do I pay? You're thinking child support. I'm not giving anything. I'm saying I take care of my babies.
Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, it looks like you take care of them.
Can you explain to me what it looks like?
Yeah,
you have to take
put
care
the
of
school,
kids?
Clothes, trips, etc.
Okay. What about they live in the house with their mom 24/7, right?
Yes.
They live in their home. So do you pay any of those bills in their house?
Yes, I did. They grown now.
We're gonna focus.
Yeah, when they were kids, yes.
So the 16-year-old not right now. So you have to have one that's underage.
Yes, and well taken care of.
What does that look like?
It's
right
amazing.
now, today?
It's amazing.
What does it look like?
What do you mean what it looks like?
For the 16-year-old right now, what does that look like? How do you take care of him?
Visit, we hang, go to games, etc.
School?
Yeah, he goes to school. Yeah, I don't take him to school. No, he's 16. No.
So who drives him to school?
His mom.
So you pay for the gas?
No.
Do you pay for her car insurance?
No.
Do you pay for her car bill?
No.
Do you pay for her light bill?
No.
Do you give her money for food?
Of course.
How much?
Whatever she needs.
So every month you don't.
I don't see.
So she has to ask you for it.
See, here's the thing: the structure with most women, and this is how you're thinking. You're thinking, I need X, Y, and Z, but there's some women on this planet who move a certain way, and when they need something, because if you got your stuff together,
so how about you get your stuff together?
Some women will say, "Baby, I need this," and it's done.
Baby, you are my baby's daddy.
No.
We made a mistake, right? Remember?
There you go again with the energy and your toxic energy.
I'm not toxic.
And the way.
Matter of
Let me finish. And your energy influences negativity. You don't stay calm. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm giving you my point. When you do all that and the tone of your voice creates that type of energy. So what I'm saying to you is there's people on this planet that just totally move a different way. You're not child support. You're not a judge.
Mm-hmm.
All you can do is say what you would like for your life. You can't say what's good for somebody else's life because everybody moves.
There is not one mother. Find me one mother in this world. I don't care what language they are, what country they're from. One mother that is okay with raising time-wise
I'm listening.
and financially their child with the dad saying, "Yeah,
I know 5 of them.
Call them right now."
No, I'm not gonna call them.
I want you to call one woman right now to tell me. No,
I don't do that.
I thought so.
No.
I thought so.
I'm 63. We don't do that.
Woman.
Let me say to you what I mean.
Quick.
When you grown,
five, not one.
You don't have to move that way. When you grown, you don't have to prove that. What I'm saying,
we're having a conversation to educate other people, and if you can show me one woman,
but I'm sharing with you, you should know.
I'm not taking your word for it. You're not a woman,
but you still got to keep an open mind. You cannot.
I am, and I want to hear it.
Let me finish a second. You cannot say, you know for a fact, that's how people move.
I'm telling you,
you cannot do that.
On this,
you can't. You're basing it on your own personal journey.
I'm telling you,
I got 33 years on you.
You're not a woman or a mother.
I'm not
you can't speak to me on that. And if you tell me you know 5 women
to what I'm saying.
that are cool,
if you're saying that you're right, what makes you think I can't be right?
Because you have no idea what it's like.
You're not understanding. You're asking about what's right.
No, I'm not.
I have to respect your.
I think okay, so maybe you lost in translation.
You have to make sure.
You just be talking and get people fucked up.
You have to make sure you understand one thing. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has their own experiences. And one thing you can't do is, especially a 63-year-old, you can't
stop throwing 100 years on this earth.
I gotta throw that into you because
just because you're 62 doesn't make you wise.
It makes you wisdom.
No, it does not.
It gives me wisdom. I can't speak for the men that you probably met in your journey, but I know I got my shit together. What I will say is, there's no way in hell you're going to tell me, and we're gonna move on because if you're not gonna call her, it's not gonna make no point talking about it. Well, but there's no way in hell you're gonna ever convince me without calling her and show me one woman that says I'm cool. We're taking care of. Okay, but you have to respect my opinion too.
I'm not talking about opinions. Yes. I'm talking about prove to me and show me one woman.
But when you move through life a certain way.
So I want to stop that right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So many different angles and so many things that I want to dissect in this whole conversation right here. The first thing that I want to address, right? And Sky, I want you to stop me if I'm wrong. And if you got a thought on this, I want you to come on in also. If that was such a big issue to her, why not just get married first? You heard somewhere in there that said we made a mistake. Well, how do you make a mistake? Because you know if you have unprotected sex, that's what's going to happen. You're more likely to get pregnant. So how's it a mistake? You know how babies are made. So if you know how babies are made and you have an unprotected sex, how is it a mistake? He didn't accidentally bust that nut up in you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't accidentally fall down there wet, legs wide open. So I don't get the whole it's a mistake comment, first and foremost. I want to say,
I'm sorry, go ahead, finish.
Why not? I wish somebody was on the panel that would have said this. Well, if you need child support and you're down that bad financially, why not just give custody of the kid to the father then?
That could be an option. There's a lot of options that you could have. What I don't like about, the old folks told me a long time ago, never argue with fools because people from a distance don't know who is who. Right. He should have never argued with that girl. That girl has her own perspective of her own life. She's already pissed off. She's probably raising young kids right now to have a deadbeat baby daddy or a dick. There was no way he was going to win that argument because of whatever she was going through. Not open-minded. She thinks that all men are just, if you're not in the house with the woman 24/7 like the child is, you're a deadbeat, and that's not true. That's not true at all.
And you know the funny part? What is child support gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because
pay child support.
Rather, if you was to go and you were paying for like a private school, you were paying for the uniforms. They had extracurricular activities. You're paying for that.
Yep.
Child support, you only get so much. So what difference does it make?
Thank you. And you cap yourself, right? So
Yes.
you go to the courts, whether you do it on your own or you ask the state of Tennessee to do it for you. You put this man on child support, and the judge says $500 a month. But you know you need 7 or 8 to help take care of that child. Then when you call him and say, hey, can you give me that extra 3? He can honestly tell you no, because you took me to the judge says this, and that is it. That extra, I'll do it when I get ready to do it. Then he's the deadbeat dad. No, you decided to take him to the judge. So that's what I'll be trying to tell these women. Before you go to let these white folks in your business, have an adult conversation. So that way you don't cap yourself. Because 1 month you might need 7. 1 month you might only need 3. 1 month you might need 4. He will probably be like, if he's a good guy, yeah, that's cool. But when you
know what I would have liked to hear her
and take me to court on some stuff like that, then if the judge says $2, then that's all I'm giving you is $2. I mean, for both of me.
And we ran a story on something like that a couple weeks back. If you don't, if you remember, where it was the dude was paying child support, and you know the woman pulled up on him at the mall and was like, "You ain't gonna get your kids nothing for Christmas," and he was like, well, shouldn't that come out of the child support money?
Right, yep. That's what I'm saying. But then with that also, Damo, it's like you saying about the woman. Sometimes it's the man too. You have to pick what type of woman you finna lay down with. These women, now, unless you are raping children, most of these women that you're having sex with are grown, right? So by that time, they have that ghetto attitude, that, you know what I'm saying, that my way or highway attitude, and you still chose to lay down and sleep with these girls. When you knew up here what type of ratchet women some of those are, now, oh, my baby mama, she crazy. My baby mama, you knew that before you laid down with her. So I don't feel sorry for you for going to court. I don't feel sorry if she's popping up at your job. I don't feel sorry if she's stalking you at the mall. If she's prank calling your new woman, you knew this when you laid down with that girl.
I ask dudes all the time, at what point did you figure it out? Was it the 10th time that she busted out your window? Or was it the 5th time that she punctured your tire? Or was it the 14th time that she burned your clothes? Or the 20th time that she put them in the hefty bag and set your shit outside and was like, you can't live here, knowing you ain't nowhere to go? At what point did you figure out that, okay, this woman ain't the woman that I should be having kids with?
Man, and these guys, they end up, this generation is the most generation I've ever seen where the guys are living with the woman. I have never in my life seen that. I'm like, every time you turn around, it's her spot. You're living with her. So like you said, she can burn your clothes and put you out at any given time. But this is the one
I don't even get it. And there's dudes out here that got their apartments. There's guys that got their own apartments, and they will move out of their apartment to move in with the female. That is the most craziest I've ever seen, man.
That is, man. That is.
I don't get it.
Hey, you know what? Go back to our previous conversation, Damo. Now, I would work 7 days a week to make sure I got my own spot. I bet you best believe that.
Man.
Because I refuse to come and say, anybody talking about, oh, you got to go. This ain't yours. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man, I'm going to tell you. I think dudes this is what men really suffer not having fathers. Because if I had a son, the one thing I would tell him is, hey, son, always have your own apartment unless you're getting married to that woman. I don't care if that's your fiance. If you want to spend a night at her house sometimes and she come to yours sometimes, do it like that. But until you get married, you don't ever give up your residency, first and foremost. Second of all, don't get married without signing some kind of prenup. You see what I'm saying? Protecting your assets if you got assets.
Absolutely.
That's it. Absolutely. If you do that, you'll be fine. Some of y'all dudes, man, y'all get so pee-whipped. The chick can say abracadabra, and y'all put on the thong if she asks you to. I'm just telling you, you put on the thong.
And if she don't want to sign one, don't marry her. But here's the thing. Yeah. A lot of people ain't like me and you, Damo. A lot of these guys don't have anything, or they don't know the definition of an asset. They don't know if they have an asset, or they don't have assets. Especially if they street guys coming out the streets, they don't have anything in their name. They too busy being in the streets. So when they get married, they didn't need to sign a prenup. And then when she divorced you, you have nothing left. Actually, you didn't come in the relationship with nothing. But once you can't do the streets anymore, because you got to get older. Who's going to be 45, 50 standing on the corner selling dope? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These women, for some reason, have found a way, and I don't know how, because statistically, black women are getting more educated than black men. They're graduating out of high school more. They're graduating out of college more. And so they can't find constituents with their type of IQ. So they go down and get these guys that they know ain't SHIT. And that's who they're controlling. And that's who's the ones that they can say, I'm going to put you out. If you don't do this, I'm going to make you do that. This, and that. Let me go through your phone and all this stuff. Until men, these younger men, the next generation starts to catch up with these women. They're not going to have anything. They're always going to end up living with the woman. She's a lawyer, and you are working at McDonald's. You can't afford your own place. And then you get into it with your mama. She kicks you out. Then you go live with your girlfriend. Then she becomes your baby mama. She kicks you out. Then you go live with baby mama number 2, who becomes your wife. She kicks you out. You don't know how to live by yourself. You don't know how to pay bills. You don't know how to put electric in your name, water in your name, a car note in your name. You don't know how to do none of this stuff.
Right.
But that's the life you chose when you were 16 and you listen to all this damn rap music and you want to be out on the streets. So that's what people are saying, the decisions you make at a young age at 16, then you wonder why you
the rest of your life
out on the streets.
Yep. You're not lying, man. And so I was listening to this and I was just like, man, this woman just sounds so angry. But it's like, man, if you want a man to do what she was talking about, right?
Right.
Get married first. You know, get married first, man, and you don't have to worry about it. I mean, the divorce may happen, but hell, it's insurance. No dude that's got something to lose he gonna work it out. The majority of us gonna work it out. Even if we make a mistake, we gonna want to work it out. We don't want to split half our assets.
Right.
That's the one question. Find a dude that want to split half his assets. Well, you don't know it. Well, why not just get married first?
I guess for some people, marriage is an old institution for some folks, and they don't want to do it. But I'm with you now. If y'all not going to spend the rest of y'all lives together or get married, then what is the intention of bringing these kids into this world? This planet is already overpopulated. And y'all have decided to have 5 or 6 kids, and y'all are not getting married, and every other month y'all are breaking up. I mean, this is what the kids are seeing in the household. Then they go out and do it.
And there's no benefit for the man. And you really think about it, fellas, what benefit is it for you? You go and you have, an hour of sex of 20 minutes. Let some females sell it, some of y'all 3 minutes. You get her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And then, man, the moment that you don't do something she agree with and she want to move on, well, or you want to move on, well, if you ain't going to be with me, you ain't going to see your kids either. We a package deal. One of them scenarios. So what is it y'all getting out of it? Y'all get more trouble out of it than anything. So why do y'all just freely just bust nuts up in these chicks? I don't get it.
I know females that be like, I'm ready for a good man, but it's hard to find a good man that want to help me and 3 kids. Why you didn't think about that 3 kids ago? You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the crazy part about that, Sky. Every female and every dude that have come across somebody from the opposite sex. Multiple people that were great people. The thing is, though, when people need to acknowledge this, that person just wasn't your type. That's why you didn't see it. That's why you didn't acknowledge it. They weren't your type. So they're a good person, but because they weren't your type on the exterior, you ain't want nothing to do with it. So accept the repercussions of your choices.
That's right, man. That is
you made the choice.
That is absolutely correct, and that's going on to this day. You have women sitting at home with 4 kids and no man, and they go on these dating sites. They go looking for people at church, and then you want a good man who has $200,000 a year coming in, and you want him to help you take care of 4 kids and then deal with the baby daddies of these children. I don't blame them. I don't blame them, and especially if they at a point where their kids are grown and they don't feel like raising kids again. Right, you stuck.
Right.
So the point is, y'all, male and female, depending on what you're looking for, quit sticking your thing in anything and quit letting a man lay up in you.
Have you seen the viral video of this?
If you ain't done it,
Right. Because I'm telling you, I was careful, man. I don't see how people can see people go through like stressful situations and watch their parents, their friends, their peers, and then turn around and do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
The same exact thing. Some of us watch dudes growing up put up with that baby mama drama,
right?
Only to turn around and do the same exact thing.
Right. And it goes back to where I come from, right? So there is a girl who's 21 with 3 kids and 3 baby daddies. Her 16-year-old sister will eventually grow up to be 21 with 3 kids and 3 baby daddies. I'm thinking, did you not see what your older sister went through with the 3 kids and 3 baby daddies? And then you are 21 in the same situation.
That's crazy.
And you don't want to call people stupid or dumb or ignorant, but what other words use that you are not seeing what's going on?
Right. It is what it is. I mean, if the shoe fit, put that Mickey on.
I just never understood it, man. I never understood it. Well, a lot of folks in this world, a lot of things that they're going through is self-inflicted. Not
I'm glad I say that all the time.
It's self-inflicted.
I say that all the time, man. And speaking of self-inflicted, this next topic, I just wanted, because I was listening to this and I'm like, man, yeah, all right, keep playing stupid games, gonna win stupid prizes.
I've heard that before.
Honesty, upfront or no, right? And it's called When a Trans Woman Meets a Straight Guy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play this video. I want y'all to listen to this conversation because I was like, man, this is absolutely nuts. You are playing with fire, man. Sir, ma'am, you playing with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute fire. So let me scroll down. I'm going all the way down. Hold on, let me come on back up. But I thought this was an interesting. I was like, ugh. And Diddy, man, speaking of, while I'm looking for this video, okay, I found the video. But Diddy, man, they is dragging Diddy, man. I seen the video and I said, y'all doing too much. All right, so let me go ahead and put the volume all the way up.
Yes. To hold off longer. Now online, I hate the burden of having to talk about my transness on the first or even the second date.
Wow, you would let me take you out twice.
Well, this is the ideal.
Right, and not say, just so you know.
If we met out and about, yeah, I'm more likely to hold off longer. Now, online, if I'm like on an app or something, I put it in my profiles. Like, I don't play that game.
No, but if I met you at a bar, restaurant, whatever, Raquel's so beautiful, can take you out. Sure.
It varies, but I'm not going to be like, can you take me out? Sure. Oh, by the way, I'm trans. Like, I might do that, but I don't feel obligated to do that all the time.
It's interesting that you say you don't feel obligated.
So,
Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
Well, here's my advice: stay out of Atlanta. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
There's so many trans men in Atlanta. So many what I call RuPaul people. There's some guys you can look at and say, "Dude, you a man." But man, there's this show that I didn't know even existed. It came on. You know how you be watching TV and the commercials come on? It's called RuPaul's Drag Queen Show.
Yeah.
Them men look like women. And I hate to say this because I don't pay attention to it, but you know how they show a full body of the men? You can't even see their private parts. You would think it's a vagina down there because most men, if they wear tight stuff, you can see it a little. You know what I'm saying? You know it's there. These men look like women, from the skinny to the big ones to the short ones to the top. They look like women. Do you hear me? No Adam's apple, nothing.
Man, let me tell you. Let me tell y'all this. I had this conversation. This is why I've never liked women that wore makeup. I mean, depended on it every day. I never. I think it is so easy for that community to mimic women, because women are, for the most part, especially in our community, are so far away from their natural beauty. Everything is hair products. The lashes ain't even real. The fingernails ain't even real. A lot of it, man, just ain't real. So it's easy to mimic women in the community where most of the stuff that's on them isn't theirs. Do you think that could go on if, I'm talking about by majority, if the majority of women were natural and they forced that community to also be natural?
No, because then you would expose the people behind the mask.
There you go.
Right. I see.
Everybody wearing the mask. So because everybody wearing the mask, you know, man, and you don't know. And the scary part is what she said, or she. Look, I ain't trying to get us banned, but yeah, well, I'm just gonna say what pronouns said was that pronouns wouldn't tell you if you approach pronouns at a diner or at a bar, and then y'all hit it off, and then y'all said, "Hey, let's go out for a date." Pronouns wouldn't tell you to the third or fourth date.
Right. But the crazy part is, I was watching these guys called. Do you ever listen to a girl named Jaguar Wright? Okay, whenever she's one of those women that exposes the business. But anyway, I was listening to these guys called the Hodgin Twins. I was listening to their podcast, right? They're huge conservatives, Trump supporters.
I know who you're talking about, the Hodgin.
Yeah. And so they played this video where this man was dating this transgender, and they had been having sex. And one day the transgender finally told him, "I'm not a woman." And so they're trying to figure out, well, if you didn't have the reassignment, how did you not know that wasn't a woman during the couple of times that y'all had sex? Why did the pronoun or the transgender had to tell you that, no, I'm not a woman, I'm a man? And so just to think about, not only can you hide your beauty on the outside, you can hide your on the inside for somebody to think that they're having sex with a woman.
Let me tell you, man, and that's the scary part. Because a lot of these dudes, you know, as a dude, you don't know. I mean, both the holes are real close. So I guess if that hole is open enough, you don't know if the lights is off. You know, I mean, but it's confusing to me because you can smell that doo-doo. You could smell that doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? Like, did the pronouns dish it out? How do you not smell the doo-doo? I'm confused, man. You know what I'm saying? Because even that part, for the most part, for many women, got some kind of smell down there. You know what I'm saying? Little tartness, little mustard smell, little sardine. I don't know. You could tell. Look, man, this sardines, this chitlins, something. There was no clue.
No.
I'm confused, man. I mean, I gotta be embarrassed. That's something, man, you don't even want to tell. You don't want to tell the fellas. Man, I didn't know. I didn't know.
I didn't know.
I mean, man, you didn't look at the hands. I mean, you didn't look at them broad shoulders, the neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, man.
And that's what I'm saying, Damo. I'm with you on that, but if you just get a chance, just one time.
Oh, I seen that show, and I'm gonna say this.
Man.
That's why there are some women that got man hands, and you could look at it and be like, okay, and know that, they done had a kid or whatnot, right?
Right.
But man, if you got something like, I'll give you an example. I wear a size 13.
Right.
I don't care what, man. If you wear any size close to mine, I can't do it. I can't do it. If you wear a size 10 in men, a 9 in men, hold on, let me text. No, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me check that out, man. See them drooping a little bit, or if they sitting a little too high. There's some testing that gotta be on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's scary, man. That's scary because you can't go back. Once you cross certain lines, even if you went out on a date with them, you know what I'm saying? You still can't say that you found out. Well, I didn't know. Man, no, you went out on a date with a brother, man. I mean, you ain't know, but you still went out on a date with a brother.
That's absolutely correct. That is absolutely
It's like me and you went to Church of Chicken, right? Now, we can go to Church of Chicken and we can think we eating Church of Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, if they say, well, by the way, that's a rat, that's a New York City rat, and then we look down and then finally we notice it got a tail on it, it's too late. We can't go back. We done ate the rat. Ain't nothing we can do about it. That's on us forever.
You're right. So, that's why you and it's sad because I never thought we would live in a time where you had to be careful. I mean, we had what they call sissies, right? So we had guys that put on makeup and wore tight clothes. Oh, that's a sissy. So, but you knew that there was a man. And like you said, you had women who had big broad shoulders, looked like they were linebackers, but you could still tell that was a woman. Even if she had like chin hair, or she had a deep voice, or she could palm a football, we still knew that was a woman. And even if the guy was kind of skinny and petite, and I guess he was born with some hips or whatever, we still knew that was a man. This 2024, if I have to do this, you know what I'm saying? Something's wrong.
You think about it. I mean, you got women out here saying, bro, suck my dick. Some of the shit that they say, when they say these things, I'm, whoa, do you really got one? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people out here mentally messed up. And they mentally messed up. Because if you could go and get with, I might go too far with this, but I'm going to say, I'm just going to always speak my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can go and get with a chick that got a plastic one and then tell me, well, you ain't no real dude, then I'm like, you with a chick with a strap on. What are you talking about? I ain't real. That ain't real. You know what I'm saying?
Real. She went and bought hers.
Damn. You gonna tell me I ain't a real nigga. I ain't real. And then you got this thing over here. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. Hell, why don't you just get you a big dude then? He got boobs just like she got boobs. And the only thing is that he got a real one. She don't.
They go down to what's it called? Hollywood Hustle down there.
Yeah.
And buy the 10 and 13-inch. But then if you're a woman and you letting a woman put this 13-inch strap on you, because I've seen some of them damn things, they are just massive. And you can take that, oh, y'all can have that then. It ain't gonna be no good after a while. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, damn, it stretched you all out.
Man, get the best of both worlds. Why don't you get a dude and tell him to put a strap on? He could double penetrate you. Hell, you know. Get you a big dude. Get you a big dude. He got the boobs like you like. You know what I'm saying? He put one on. He got you both. You know. Yeah, you could be getting double. You could getting DP'd and sucking titties at the same time.
At the same
you know
time,
what I'm saying?
man.
Ain't no benefit in getting those stuff because, hey, man, shit. You know.
Man, it's just I don't know, man. We
I
live
don't
in
get
weird times, Damo, man. Or maybe being you is old fashioned. I don't know.
I'm old fashioned. That's what it
You
is,
know,
brother.
I'm just there's some things I can be liberal and progressive with some things, but some things I'm just too conservative. I'm just way too conservative. Men should be with women, men should marry women, marriage should be sacred through God. That's just my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I treat transgenders and lesbians and gays with disrespect? No, because they're human beings like anybody else.
Of course.
But I just can't see that point. If I'm at a bar and a girl approach me, before I buy you a drink, I gotta say, can I see your ID? Are you a man or a woman? Then they get upset if you ask. If you ask somebody, are you a man or a woman, then they get upset.
Because I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you. We gonna jump into this. One thing I never did is I never messed with girls to mess with girls. Because it's bad enough that as a man to have to compete with other men. But I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna compete with no woman. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, I wouldn't even be mad if you traded the real thing for the fake thing. Because I can't compete with the fake thing. Now, I could have put that on too, and then you would have had two of them. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't think of that, you know what I'm saying? If you can't think on that level, I ain't competing with something that got a carpet. I can't have a carpet, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't compete with that. You know, none of that. So, it is what it is. You kissed it. Just like when that song came out way long ago, I kissed a girl and I liked it. And man, that was an interview question. Have you ever kissed a chick? Well, yeah, I was playing. Click. Because I just wasn't going to compete with them. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? And a lot of people have, because that's usually where homosexuality started. Because growing up at a certain age, if you had sleepovers, boys only slept with boys. Girls only slept with girls. Your grandmama wasn't for to have a sleepover and you got boys and girls mingling at the same time. And if they were, the boys slept in the basement, the girls slept upstairs. So if you got 10 girls around 13, 14 years old, who do you think the first person they ever kissed? Was it a mirror or was it a girl? Because they didn't kiss no boy because they wasn't around boys. So then they didn't kiss the girl to learn how to kiss. And now all of a sudden it's like, I think I might like kissing girls. And then there we go. Same thing with boys. Oh, I might like playing around with little boys because there's no girls around. And then there you go. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, well, how did my child become gay? Because your child has only been around this certain sex until they were 18. And bless believe, they had to practice on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
That's why, and that's why even to this day, when I go to the gym, the one thing I can't do at the gym is I cannot undress in front of another man.
Me neither.
Other dudes be walking in there, man.
What you said?
Balls down to their kneecaps and whatnot, and don't give a damn. Man, I just can't do it, man. Matter of fact, I turn away. You been in Planet Fitness?
Yeah.
Where the dude be naked walking to the shower, and I'm like, man, how could you do that?
Them older white men.
Yeah. How could you do that so comfortably, bruh? I can't do it. I'd rather be in my car sweating and go home and take a shower.
You know what I'm saying? What I do.
Because I ain't getting dressed in no Planet Fitness.
No.
I just ain't. I'd rather go after work, you know what I'm saying, and change my clothes at work in the singular bathroom and my workout clothes and then leave the gym and go home and shower than to change at the gym. Some of them they be too comfortable. Too comfortable.
I know. And that's just my experience from the Planet Fitness. It's always them 50, 60, 70-year-old white men coming out. And they no towel, no nothing. I'm like, oh, God.
It be the young fools, too. And I just be like, man, you just a little too comfortable, man. Why do it feel like I'm at the YMCA? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But
you know, and some of them are like, well, we all got the same thing. I'm like, I don't care. At a certain age, I don't, you know, maybe when you were children and your parents put you in the tub together, that's one thing. But at a certain age, I should never ever see another man's private part. I'm sorry.
I was saying this last week. Where's the week before? Just like them dudes when they be going to prison. I slept in a bunk bed when I was a kid. Right. I'm not sleeping in no bunk bed with no grown ass man. Talk about what bunk you want, the top or bottom. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that shit, man. There's no grown man laying with another grown man in a bunk bed and then bragging about it like, yeah, I was in the pen. That ain't some shit I want to brag about. Who don't brag about that shit? You know what I'm saying? Bragging about being showering with a whole bunch of dudes. I'm telling you, man, and I know I'm going off course. It's certain rules and certain things that I just can't do. You know, I can't go to Planet Fitness and shower and walk across butt naked, man, with some other dudes in the damn room with me. I can't be in prison showering and with a whole bunch of dudes, a whole bunch of hard legs. I ain't doing it. You know, I ain't doing that shit, man. Give me the death penalty. We're Mr. Vincent. You only got 3 days. I don't care, Judge. Give me the death penalty, man. I don't want to do them 3 days. Let me pick up doo-doo or something on the side of the highway. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. What time you got? Let me go shovel cow manure on the farm. I ain't doing that shit.
I don't blame you, man. But again, this progressive it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, woo. And this is just in 2024. Wait until 2034. Wait until 2034, and it's gonna be out there. You're gonna be outside cutting grass, and people gonna be having sex in their front lawn. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna.
Man, let me tell you, it's getting to the point now where dudes gonna have to ask the women, "Is that your do you got biological kids?" It's getting to the point. You know what I'm saying? Like all y'all single mothers, don't worry. Y'all may not be in style now, but soon y'all will be, because dude's gonna be coming up, and that's gonna be your ticket to getting your man. Is you got to have a biological kid. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see that birth certificate. Yeah, she did birth this child. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dater. I know that coochie real, because you know science and everything, and the way that these surgeries and whatnot, and these BBLs, and the way that, man, these dudes mocking y'all. They can act like women. The men acting like women, the women acting like men. Everything is just haywire. You really don't know. Right. Anybody can be tricked. It's getting to a point where you're gonna have to ask, fellas. Y'all gonna have to ask these chicks, how many biological kids do you got? And the more, the higher the prospect.
Yeah.
And they gotta look like them. One of them gotta look like them.
And that's sad that we down to this.
we getting there. I'm telling you.
Miss Natalie Allen, how are you doing, girl? How is everything going? Everybody, I hope you're doing fine. I hope your husband is doing okay. Okay, how long? I forgot how many months are you now, girl? I see the pictures on Facebook. I don't know, you like 3 or 4 months now. Let me know. But anyway, I'm with you, Damo. You're right. It's getting to the point where, again, if I gotta do this, if I gotta do that and look at you twice, you're
gonna have to go to the doctor with him before you sleep with him. You're going to have to be like, you know what? There ain't going to be no disclosures. We're going to both sit in here during this interview, and I want this doctor to be honest. Did a penis used to sit there? Or is that the real thing? You know what I'm saying? Because, man, they going to be able to put hair around it and make it look like, roast beef meat. You know, they doctor it up, do all that stuff. I need to see I need to see that original birth certificate, because they getting to the point where they're trying to change them too. So you're gonna have to be in there for a 4 exam. Doc, I need to see the X-ray.
So now you taking these girls for see if they got any STDs. You checking to see if they have an actual vagina, STD in the actual vagina. Okay, gotcha.
I need to see the fallopian tubes. I need to see, you know what I'm saying, them eggs, something.
Yeah.
You know, I need to see that real anatomy.
The poor man's way is if you are living with this person after a month and you don't see no maxi pads and no tampons, that's a red flag too.
They gonna have it where they can make them bleed. I'm telling you.
Good
science
Lord.
Is so crazy. The way the science is, you just don't know what direction. You know what I'm saying? So it literally, you're gonna have to do an X-ray on it. Doc, I need to see them ovaries. I don't care if them ovaries don't work. I need to see that they there. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at that. Do it look like a black hole, massive hole, or do it look like she really got some walls? Or do it just look like empty space? Do it look like a black hole?
Tell me that he had sex with a transgender, who done the reassignment, and when he stuck it in, it felt like he was having sex with plastic. It felt like a plastic. I guess like having sex with a Barbie doll, like. But
yeah, one of them robots throwed up bitches.
Huh?
That's crazy.
And I was like, wow, that's the first time I ever heard that before. Because I never knew anybody who had sex with a man who finally had the reassignment surgery. But somebody did tell me that, yeah.
That's some shit I wouldn't have said. I'm sorry, man. That's some shit. Because you never look at them the same, man. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you know, because I wonder afterward, did it, you know, did the pronoun say, well, thank you? You know what I'm saying? Like...
we can laugh and we ain't been in that situation yet. But for those who are in that situation, man, right now, especially like I said, down in Atlanta, boy, that is cross-dressing city down there, man. I've heard so many stories and seen so many pictures, and I'm thinking, because you know, when you think of Atlanta, you think of a prominent black cities, HBCUs, intelligent black people. When did it come to the point where they are the hub for men wanting to be women?
I just don't. I don't get it.
I don't either. Now we know San Francisco is where, you know, a lot of your drags and all those come from out of there. But when did it come down to Atlanta to be like, I forgot out here trying to find?
It's bad in Chicago.
Huh?
It's bad in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's bad in California.
Yeah.
New York. I mean, it's just, you know, and I tell you why. I'm gonna show y'all right now of why you're gonna see it more in these next couple generations. The degeneracy in these, I want y'all to listen to this, right? This teacher in Detroit was fired after filming this inappropriate music video with students. No, y'all won't be able to see it. It is posted on my page. Sky, I think I'm going to tag you in this right now. Please. So the people that's on your page can actually see this. And I was just like, man, this is some weird stuff. All right, so Sky, I just shared this to yours. Let me go back to it. So y'all won't be able to see it, but you guys will definitely be able to listen to this, okay? So without further ado.
Oh my God.
So look, this is a crazy situation because this teacher apparently is really loved by a student. She's probably a very good teacher, but
hold on. Let me go back. I want to go back.
A very ghetto and very ratchet with her student that got fired for doing a music video with her students.
No, oh my God.
So look, this is a crazy situation because this teacher apparently is really loved by a student. She's probably a very good teacher, but she dropped a very ghetto and very ratchet music video with her students.
Oh, you can't have kids.
And lost her job. So I'm gonna show you the video, and I'm gonna let the audience decide as well if this is fireable offense or not. You decide.
Uh-oh.
Long time baby going crazy like the 80s. Long time baby going crazy like the video of this teacher that got locked up.
Motown baby going crazy like the 80s. Motown baby going crazy like the 80s. Motown baby going crazy like the 80s. I put it on the floor and I dare bitch to take it. Niggas running around the city. Owe me money, shit is silly. Buy my money just like 50 hoes. Mad, I got the power and the juice. Nah, been talking shit. I'm from the 48219. This nigga take.
I'll put it on the floor. I dare B to take it.
Oh, just keep
Those are her students
that's
from
behind
school.
her. And this is the teacher.
She's
the one that's
throwing
rapping.
money. And this is the thing, had the audacity to get mad about getting fired after they told her multiple times to take down the stuff that she was posting up. She refused, and then she lost her job.
What?
Yes. Now look, I'm gonna be honest. With the way teachers get paid in this goddamn country, I don't blame nobody for doing nothing that you got to do to get some extra bread. But this is the thing. You also, if I'm a parent and I see you promoting this, and this is what we doing, bro, I got a problem with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed.
But let's get some more ball.
So, the song was dope.
Oh yeah.
The song was dope.
Me, but I ain't never got the time. That's how I'm doing, bitch. I'm always on the grind.
Do they have the link for the whole video?
The money's where my mind is. Got that raw honey.
Damo, do they show the whole video? Is there a link for the whole video?
Huh?
Do they show the whole video? Is there a link for the whole video?
Well, they showing parts of the video, and it's on another podcast. Shout out to the Church of Joe Stone podcast. So shout out to that podcast. That's where I got it from. But they showing parts and pieces of it. She's in the video with her students, and with her class, throwing money around, and you heard parts of the song. The song is dope. So I'm guessing that the school asked her to take it down a couple of times, and she didn't. And that's why they fired her, because she wouldn't take it down. So when you talk about these kids being degenerate,
you know what? I could go either way, depending on what the narrative is. First of all, that's a school teacher. And I'm just saying, listen to what I'm saying. That young lady looks like she's about 25, 26 years old. When I think of school teachers, they're 40s and 50s. I don't get me wrong, you do have like young interns or young substitutes, but that's a full-time school teacher. Even if her hair wasn't red, even if she wasn't rapping, that girl looks like she should be in upper grad college. Like she still looks like she should be going after her master's degree.
Sky, I am hot. Where was these teachers at when we was in school?
What you said?
You know what I'm saying? Where was these teachers at? Why did we have to have big knee Mrs. Green? You know what I'm saying? Or Miss Allen with the wide ankles.
Thank you. Trying to stick her fat feet in them damn shoes, and they look like bread in them damn shoes.
Yeah.
We
Big
all
toe hanging out the shoe.
overweight. Every last one of them. Couldn't breathe, couldn't walk, titties down to their knees. I mean, just old, bitter black women. And I understand because of the times they came through. But
what
that
black women, it was all of the teachers look bad. I had teachers, man, where their stomach was hanging down to their damn thighs. You know what I'm saying? And that's with them standing up. That ain't with them sitting down. That's when them standing up. The stomach hanging down to their damn thighs. Where was these teachers at?
Thank you. I agree 100% on what you just said. And again, she looked like she should be at MTSU right now in graduate class, going after her master's. I could see why she would be because first of all, the teachers that me and you had, these kids wouldn't have went to them and said, hey, you want to be in a rap video? Look at this young lady. She looks like she should be rapping instead of teaching. And no disrespect, I'm just saying just how beautiful and young she looks. So she can relate to her class better than these 50, 60, 70-year-old women could. So, yeah, it's a double-edged sword, Damo. I mean, if you're a teacher, there's a certain way you have to carry yourself. I mean, that's just what it is. You know, if you're a teacher, you're the president of the United States. I mean, you know, if you're the CEO of your company, Damo, there's a way you have to carry yourself. That's just what it is. So if she wasn't a school teacher, I wouldn't have nothing negative to say. But when you're a school teacher, they put you on different type of pedestal because you don't see school teachers doing things like that.
Some of them do just the look of them. Do you know it was in my dream as a horny young boy, a fantasy to be getting detention, and then the teacher just take off her blouse. I'm hot in here. You know how many? But we had Mrs. Green. We had big Miss Green. Big ankles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where was this stuff? Where was this? Now the elementary school teachers would look like this, right? But we little kids, we ain't really thinking about that in elementary.
Right.
With some of us. But you know, man, middle school and high school, there was no teachers like this. None.
Belinda. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe my daycare teacher looked like that. You know, when I was in daycare. You know, but
yes.
What grade is these people? What grade is this?
This has got to be 9th and 10th grade. This high school.
Okay, high school teachers. Okay. And where is it at? What city town?
In Detroit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then let me redact what I just said. Then in Detroit, your teachers might look like that. I'm sorry. No disrespect, but in Tennessee, your teachers are not gonna look like that. They're not gonna have red hair. They're not gonna have that what you call it, slang talk. You're not gonna get that here in Tennessee. But in Detroit, where they are having issues.
No, not true. Let me take that back. That's not true.
What's that?
Because I'm going to tell you, at my daughter, look, at a middle school, and I'm not going to say the name of the middle school, but they had them student teachers. Them student teachers have no business being at middle schools and high schools.
Yeah.
Because it was one of them, I was like, she is a bombshell.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God she's in middle school and not high school. Because she wouldn't be able to focus. They be hitting on her all the time.
Right.
Yeah, they do. They do. They go.
You think about those teachers that were young, that were sleeping with the students. You know what I'm saying? Like those white teachers that were sleeping with the students. When I looked at those teachers, they were like 32, 35. They're sleeping with 17, 18-year-olds. So I kind of understand where you're coming from. But I was just saying, just in Detroit in particular, they're having problems just hiring people to do anything in Detroit because that city found bankrupt.
So they're gonna take whatever teacher
so they're gonna take whatever they can get. And again, what I'm saying is no disrespect to that young woman. So here she is teaching class, right? Now, is her class, are they A students, B students? I don't know. But the class got together and say, hey, Miss, whatever her name is, we're gonna shoot a music video. Would you like to be a part of it? Sure. Do it somewhere else. Create a different Facebook account with a different name. Do something, have an alias, because as a teacher, there are still some old black women in Detroit that don't want their teachers in their children's music video.
Yeah, that's a bad look, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at that, when I look at this video, I see a 1 point something grade GPA. I don't see anything above 2 in the GPA. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, if I had to base that off of this music video, I don't see 3.0 or higher GPAs in this music video. I see some kids like most likely to be on the slow bus, you know, put on your helmets, kids, you know what I'm saying? And put your seatbelts on. We only got 8 seats, so make sure y'all squeeze in tight and get on here, you know.
Well, you know, a lot of stuff to me you talk about, Damo, is really tied to places like Detroit. A lot of these people don't have parents. They don't have, you be talking single parent. They don't have no parents. You know what I'm saying? Both of their parents are probably on drugs, runaways, in jail. So the grandparents is raising them. So, you know, so if you're going to say that they was dealt a bad hand, then I could agree. But if you come and tell me that this right here will save some of their lives, this teacher being this young, doing this for these kids will motivate them to do something other than criminal things, I'm for it all day. Because I do a pastor who did hip hop, Pastor Butler, who did hip hop in his church to get to the younger people, to keep them coming to church. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't cussing in his rap, but it was hip hopish. And that was to keep these young people out of the streets. If she's doing this, now, Ken, you could have changed the lyrics a little bit. If she's doing this to keep these young people out of the streets, I can see it. So again, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I'm just trying to say I can kind of see both ways, but I don't know the woman, so I don't know what her intentions were. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so that kind of, but I wanted to show y'all that to kind of bridge the gap between some of the stuff that you're seeing, where they trying to mold these kids and manipulate them and get them accustomed to thinking that certain things are normal. Right. This is stuff that wouldn't have took place. It didn't take place when you and I were in school.
No.
You flash 20 plus years later, this is what you see. You didn't hear about drag queens and stuff like that, reading books to us. I don't know. They wouldn't have been able to control us because we would have been out of control. We would have ran that person out of there. I know the kind of kids that I was and not, peers were, we would have ran them out of there. We was fools. But nowadays, you see a little bit more where they trying to mold these kids to think certain lifestyles is normal,
Yeah, but again, times have changed. I'm trying not to sit on my high horse on the 80s because she could have told those kids, hey, if y'all come to school on time, perfect attendance, turn in your homework, and get grades of C and better, I'll do this music video for y'all. Because some kids, you have to motivate them in different ways. You see what I'm saying? Every child don't learn the same, right? And if you thinking about Detroit, you thinking about young black ghetto inner city kids. That's just the truth. So they're watching BET, VH1. They're watching a lot of street people sell drugs. I mean, this is what they're seeing every day. And so and a lot of them going to be high school dropouts just because there's nobody there with the whip like we had making us go to school. Right. So if this young teacher is what it takes for the next generation to stay in school, get a diploma, and at least try to make something of themselves, I can't argue against it. But I can argue against it just because my ass is old and our teachers didn't look like that. You know what I'm saying? And they held teachers to a higher standard than that. You know what I'm saying? So
they sure didn't.
Yeah,
they sure didn't. I know we're getting ready to get up out of here, but the last subject I wanted to talk about, right? Mm-hmm. I was watching this conversation, and something hit me because I know we've covered the whole passport brother conversation before, but it hit me, and I realized what it was that pissed people off about the passport bros, particularly women. I understood why when they hear the whole subject, passport bros, that it makes them irate. And let me tell you what it is. Because these dudes, if they work hard enough and they got their stuff together, got a nice career, making good money, got their own place, got their own vehicle, you know what I'm saying? This out here moving. They can go anywhere and find a female that, be happy to have a dude that's making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, where they ain't got to work. All they got to do is sit at home, have babies, watch the babies, feed the babies, make sure that the clothes is washed, the house is clean, and will be happy sitting at home, living that kind of life, right?
Right.
Whereas females that you don't never hear about past bro sisters, do you?
No.
And it's why. Well, men from other cultures want the same thing men over here want for the most part, which is more traditional women. So, because our females aren't really as traditional as they used to be, like you used to be able to get, a pork chop, cabbage, and greens and cornbread kind of meal. Now you're getting Roman noodles and hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? You're getting them kind of meals. The macaroni out of the box that still tastes like the cardboard. You know what I'm saying? And some Aunt seasoned hamburger inside of it. You know?
I get it. I used to, there was a guy named Islam. His real name was Islam. We used to work together at Hertz at the airport before they redid it. And he would tell me that his country, they didn't want women to watch American TV. They didn't want women to come over here. And if they brought, let's say they got married in Sudan and they came up, because his mama was from Sudan, his daddy was Indian. But anyway, they come over here. They didn't allow their women to talk to American women because they didn't want them to get Americanized. That's the first time I ever heard that term, Americanized, because American women will teach them how to get this, how to put them on child support, how to do this. So I get it. I understand that completely. And
most passport brothers, most of the dudes that do that, they move. They don't bring the women back to this country. Yeah. They move out altogether. Yeah. Because if you talk to one of them and you ask them and you watch these interviews and stuff, the one thing they talk about is how they don't want to bring the women from their countries over here and their countries, and then women become culturalized into the Western civilization.
That's right.
And so they rather move over and be with them women and their family where they're still, you know, all about the tradition over there rather than them coming over here and saying, well, wait a minute, you know, and becoming Americanized.
Yeah.
They find out they can get half. You know, in their countries, you know, in their countries, marriage, the rules and the laws and who's in favor is different. Then over here, it's all favored toward the women. Mm-hmm. Shut up. I was like,
when America was founded, the whole thing was to be opposite of where they came from, right? So when you're on that side of the world, before America existed, when you're on that side of the world, it was strict for women. You know, they got married off at young age, or they were born and they, you know, the kings and queens, their daughter would marry the son of another king and queen. So when the new world got discovered, we like, hell no, all that stuff we had to go through over there, it's over. Because see, over there, it was cool to be big and chubby and have a childbearing hips, because that means you could produce a lot of children, right? If you were skinny back then, no man wanted you. But look at it in America now. When they got over here, they're like, you know what? If being big was cool over there, being skinny is going to be cool over here. Do you see what I'm saying? Right. So this is all this is America. It's just the opposite of what they was trying to do over in Europe and Asia and Africa and all that good stuff. So yes, if you stay old school and traditional, I ain't against the passport bros or whatever. I would go over there and find me a nice woman who's still a virgin at 25, who wants to have kids and have a marriage and raise children. Yeah, I get it. Because over here, think all the videos you just played, right? The average woman over here talking about, you can't take me to Chili's or Old Charlie's on a date. What kind of shit is that? And what was the woman that said her boyfriend for lunch money and he gave me $30? She said, and that's just the tip. Like, okay, like no humility, you know. So yeah,
even worse than that, Sky. Here's what's even worse than that. So we're supposed to compete. All of us to compete to get with you to pay your bills. Let that resonate. So I'm supposed to compete with him for you to pay your bills. And I gotta work, and my money is our money, but your money is your money. Mm-hmm. Bullshit. I know I'm in the Twilight Zone. I know.
That's why they call women spiders. That's why they call women spiders, because some women, you know how black widows, they kill their mates and stuff after they, and then the child comes out and finish eating the rest of the daddy. Well, some spiders in the cultures, you have to look this up. The male spiders do things to attract, because usually the female spiders are a little bigger. So you see these little male spiders around trying to do things to get her attention, and then she gets to choose who she wants to mate with. That just sound like what you're talking about, right? The female sits there and figures out, well, what man's going to spend how much money on me and take me on vacations and buy me cars? That's who I want to mate with. You know what I'm saying? But then they get mad at us because we're all animals, right? So the male alligator, when it's time to mate, he has 5 female alligators he gets to choose from, right? The 5 female alligators, they fight each other because whoever gets to him first is going to get the good seeds, if y'all know what I'm talking about. That 5th female alligator, she's going to get what's left over, okay? But when we do that, they talk bad about us. But when a woman does what any other female species does, oh, it's okay to do that. And I don't like that double standard.
Right.
Because as men or as male species, our jobs is to reproduce, is to put out the best product. That's why they call it offspring that we can, right? So we're supposed to be able to try different women, but no, you do that in America, they're going to call you all type of names. But then it's okay for a woman to sit there and have how many men court her until she can decide on which one she wants to be with. That's the same thing as that spider I learned about in Africa. She sits there on that web, and all these male spiders, they bring her food, they do whatever they got to do to court her, and then she chooses who she wants to mate with.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What a crazy world, though, but
it is. And it made me look, I didn't learn about this passport, brother. I'd have been and got me a passport because I ain't got a passport. I'm grateful that I was born in the generation that I was born in. I think if I was born in this generation and if I was in my 20s now, seeing what I see, and this is the demoralizing thing. I think especially for the young females that still got a traditional heart. Right.
Dudes that's watching what's going on, they are not. Did you see the dating? You know how they had a speed dating? They had some event. I don't know if it was in California or where it was.
Yeah.
But it was an event in which nobody but women showed up. There was no men.
At the speed dating contest?
Yes. There was all women. No men showed up.
Damn.
I'm going to find the video and tag you in it. Ain't that deep?
That's deep.
And the reason why, and a lot of these dudes are getting to the point where they just like, what the hell? What is in it for us? What are we getting out of this? You know, we get with her, then what? I mean, if it don't work out, it's a loss all the way across the board.
That's right. But then some of them women on this dating game that you're talking about are really good women. But where do they go? These men, they're down low men, they're cross-dressers, they're transgenders, and they passport bros. So where are you going to go find a man except for going on this dating show, right?
Right.
If you're a good woman looking for a good man to get married and raise a family, where do you go? Hell, they even got down low brothers in churches. Where do you go to find a good man that's going to marry you and be with only you for the rest of your life?
Right.
That's crazy. So women already outnumber us. Some places in the world, women outnumber men 1 to 9. For every one person, there are 9 women. So you think about that, man. Women are just taking over this earth, and not enough men are coming on this earth to match them. And if they do, again, something's wrong with them. So I can see why you said on this game show was only women.
Yeah, it was messed up. I seen that video and I was just in awe. I know they were too sitting there like, damn. You know?
Well, let me ask you something, Damo. When a bunch of men are in a room, it's called a sausage fest, right?
Yeah.
What is it when a bunch of women are in a room? What is that called?
Man, let me think of something. A carpet sale?
You know, I'm sorry.
Carpet sale, I guess. Hell.
This generation, man, is just. I kind of feel bad for y'all people a little bit, all the way around from finance to church,
romance to all of it.
Romance, man, it's getting out there, man. And it's hard to be romantic if you working 2 jobs to survive, and then they working 2 jobs to survive. And the only reason y'all got together is because your 2 jobs plus they 2 jobs, then y'all can afford a home. You know, it's crazy. Like right now, a one, not even a bedroom, just a studio apartment will run you $1,000. I don't know if some of y'all young people even know what a studio apartment is. That's $1,000. A 1-bedroom, $1,200. A 2-bedroom, $1,400. That's crazy. That is crazy. By the time some of y'all right now get my age, man, everything gonna be $3,000 a high. You're gonna have to live.
Bread, milk, and gas.
Man, in Hawaii, a gallon of milk is $5. If y'all didn't know that.
Yeah, that's nothing. I would just take me a car with this. You just hear moo, and then you hear that.
So a lot of y'all got a lot of stress that y'all got to go through between looking for a good man, a good job, a good education, a good place to live.
I wouldn't want to be y'all. Not in this generation.
Man,
it's bad.
Yeah, because I mean, me and you, when we bought our houses, man, houses were affordable, interest rates were low. You know, back then when the Dollar Tree was actually $1, it ain't even $1 no more. So you need to take that dollar part off the tree. You know, it should be just the tree. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know what I've noticed? We've been having I've noticed about 2 or 3 dollar stores shut down.
Yeah.
Family Dollars and General Dollars.
Yeah.
It's like they're going out of business.
They're going out. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. But you know what they still building around every corner? A church or a liquor store.
Of course.
What do they call those tobacco and liquor stores?
Yeah, the little vape shops now. You see a lot of them going up.
All that stuff. Yeah, they ain't having no problem getting businesses out there. Hookah stores and all that other stuff. Yeah.
That's what people turn
to. Discount
people
tobacco.
Turn to one of 2 things. They turn to Jesus or they turn to alcohol and substance.
Hey, it's all spirits and wines, right?
Yep.
Spirits and wines is what you're looking for. Wine and spirits.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, man, all the topics we talked about today, man, them was some good topics, man. That really were. But the school teacher one, I'm kind of glad you brought that to my attention because I've heard watch that video.
Yeah, I was just dang.
That girl don't look like she had kids of her own. That's how young she looked. I don't even know if she had her own kids. You know what I'm saying? Good Lord, man. I'm telling you. And then she must not really cared about the job if she did it. I mean, she really truly cared about her job. She probably would have never done it to begin with.
People in certain professions got to understand that if you're in certain professions, you can't abide by the same rules that a lot of us can. If you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a teacher, you're a principal, you're in any profession, right? You cannot do the things that the average, everyday Americans do.
That's right.
It will not. The results will not be the same. I'm just telling you.
Right. That's true. And if you're affiliated, that would be like the Obama kids rapping like that. Just because their daddy was president of the United States, they're still being held to a higher standard, even though they were never presidents of the United States.
Right.
But you be former president of the United States' daughter, and you down here talking about selling drugs and Pound Town, and you see what I'm saying? So even the association sometimes holds you to a higher standard.
Yep.
But
so you got to be careful when you on social media. You got to weigh it out.
Yeah.
Is what I'm doing or what I'm saying or what I'm putting out as important as my career?
As my career. That's absolutely correct. You in law enforcement, teaching, government jobs, if you don't make like an alias name and Facebook to do your grievances, you can't say my name is Tom Smith and Tom Smith, you're a city councilman, and then say the things you won't say and don't think you're not gonna lose your job. No, you can't do that.
And it's on the internet forever. So whenever you get a job, it can pop up even if 10, 20, 30 years then pass.
Yeah.
You see it now with JP, the president. Stuff he said, man, 30, 40 years ago is popping up.
That's absolutely correct. That's correct. So depending on what you want to do in your life, just stay off social media altogether. You know,
I couldn't agree more, man.
Yeah, just stay off.
Thank you so much for an awesome Tuesday.
Thank you. These Tuesdays.
Yes, and everybody, make sure y'all tune in tonight. Sky, you want to run that back to them or where they can go and listen to you guys on the radio?
The D Bling Radio Show tonight, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. offtopradio.com, or you can go to offtoprecords.net. If you go to offtoprecords.net, there's a player on there where you can listen to the radio too. There are like other couple of websites that I have my player on that if you go to those sites and hit the play button, you'll listen to you'll listen to Off Top Radio. So yeah. So tonight do that. Shouts out to you, David Lackey. Thank you for listening. Miss Allen, again, thank you for chiming in. Thanks to everybody who's been watching. These Tuesdays, we try to get to it to y'all and give y'all what we can, because man, we know sometimes this world can be a crazy place. Man. And whether you agree with us or disagree, man, we want to hear your opinions. Let us know. Let us know. So before we go, Damon, I have to give you an opinion this young lady told me, right? Mm-hmm. Wants to know two things. At the beginning of your video, why you don't show your face? I mean, in that promo video, why you're not showing your face?
Oh, it's the ratio was off. I got to resize it.
And then two, if you was gonna have somebody, twerk, you could have found you somebody that had a little bit more tits and ass. So I told him the next time I talk to you, I would tell you that.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I would say.
And this is a woman, man. I'm thinking, hold on, what are you doing? This is looking at her tits and ass. But I guess this is what everybody's looking for. So I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, let me just reiterate and say this. The video does need to be resized. So, the original video where I edited at, I need to go back. And I just haven't had time to resize it. Right. So that's first and foremost. Second of all, dudes like it. So there was no problem with the men. That's the first time I've heard a woman say that. But I say that to say this also. American women, it's hard to get to do anything. Because when you ask, because she obviously isn't from America.
Right.
So American women, when you ask them to do something, if you don't know them personally, then it's like, well, I don't want to make it look like I'm on their team. Or it's like pulling teeth to ask them to do anything. Man. So I don't really like to do business with a lot of females over here because there's an attitude that comes with it. And it's like, please, ma'am, take yourself off this pedestal. You're not that. You know what I'm saying? And I guess you would ask the dudes, because certain dudes, they be happy with it. Some dudes may not be happy with the way she's shaped. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes consider ass and titties as fat to me. Do that make sense?
Kind of, yeah.
Some chicks, they say she thick, and I'm like, no, to me, she fat. So it's all a difference of opinion.
Yeah, it's all subjective. You're right about that.
It's all subjective.
You're right. But yeah, that was just a comment. I was having a conversation with a young lady.
But I'm glad. You know what? I would like to hear. I still like hearing other people's, and their opinions.
Because I told him I didn't see nothing wrong with the young lady. She's a very attractive young lady. But I guess in America, if you're gonna twerk it and all this stuff, you have. And I was just like, what did you want her to have? Like triple D's on her chest, or what was it that you wanted out of this young lady?
Yeah, because I guess I would have to see their version of what thick is. Because to me, some people's version of thick is fat to me. Yeah. But some of us, what we see is healthy. You know what I'm saying? Other people see is, she too skinny or she anorexic. Then what some people think is healthy, to some of us, we like, no, you one Reese Pieces away from, you know what I'm saying? It's subjective.
It is subjective. So, with that being said, to me, it's okay. I like it. We keep plugging it in. But yeah, she just wanted me to just relate.
But I think that's good. And I'm not shocked, because I would think more females, especially for her, like she'll probably get attacked by more females. Dudes gonna like it, but because she's very pretty. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that there was no comment on is her face. Because there's a lot of chicks out here with ass and titties, but they look like Marmaduke in the face. You know what I'm saying?
That, man? Why is that? Why is it that you can have a girl that's pretty in the face but have no shape? And then all the girls that got shapes are ugly as hell. Why is that?
Man, I don't know. Maybe because God made them backwards.
You know, I had never understood that. Like, yeah, my girl, she's thick and everything else, but then you look at her in the face, be like, okay, gotcha. And then you be like, man, my girl has
you see them chicks and you be like, you know, you look see them from behind, you be like, dang, oh, who is that? I'm about to go talk to that. Then they turn around and it look like they fell on a pile of thumbtacks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I've seen some girls with natural beauty, they just as pretty as all get out. But boy, when they put their pants on, they damn the ass part of the
back, they look like they sit on their shoulders, don't they?
Yeah, they touching each other, and you know, and they got on little training bras, but they pretty as all get out. You know what I'm saying? But they,
well, I don't know how anybody watching that video could tell what kind of shape she got because there's a lot. Looking at you've seen the original video. Mm-hmm. So that's why you can have the opinion that you have. They're seeing the where it's so up close, they really can't tell much of a shape because they're not seeing the whole totality of her. They only seeing like there's parts of her cut off.
Right.
If that makes sense.
And it could be these same women that don't like this show neither because they think all we do is bash women. You know. That's what they do. So yeah, not only do we bash women, but we exploiting them too.
Not the men they date. Them men ain't bashing women. Not the deadbeats they date. Not the losers that they date. Just the dudes that got an opinion. We the ones that bash women. Not the dudes that's out here ruining their lives. You know, sticking them with kids that they knew they couldn't afford. Them dudes couldn't afford a Debbie snack cake, and you went and laid with them. Like, I'm the problem. I got an opinion. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All well ends well.
The Nashville Cavemen ain't everybody's cup of tea, and it's okay.
Or Kool-Aid.
You're not going to find no perfect anything because there's no perfect person.
Because there's not going to be no Derek Jackson up here. You know what I'm saying? To tell y'all what y'all want to hear why he cheating on his wife with somebody that looked 30 times as better. Y'all ain't going to see no Derek Jackson up here. Telling y'all, man, giving y'all false advice.
Now, say that again. Who Jackson?
It's Derek Jackson.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The famous YouTuber that was giving them, that was, you know, buttering all them women up and then cheating on his wife with somebody that looked 1,000 times as better while his wife sat on video next to him in a bonnet. You know what I'm saying? With the sad face afterward. You know, and they trying to make it like everything is all right between them when we all knew it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
No, not that dude. You know, no. It's always, I'd rather tell you the truth and the truth hurt than some shit, man, to make you feel good. That's just gonna be me.
And those are the other type of podcasts I listen to, the Hodges twins, Anton Daniels. You know, I listen to Anton Daniels. You watch Anton Daniels? Yeah, I you know, because he just gives it to you straight raw, whether you like it or not. So, and again, one thing about these platforms, if you don't like what we talk about, you don't have to watch it. We're not forcing ourselves down your throat. We're not forcing ourselves in your household. You know, we want folks that want to listen and share their opinion.
And I just feel like this, right? Like, there's nothing I could say that's more damaging than the experiences you guys had with men. See, if I was like the men that y'all was with and y'all was bashing me, fine. But I'm not like the men that you guys were with. So there's nothing I could say that's worse than the experiences that you guys have had with men you've chosen. Everybody knew that dude wasn't shit. I got friends I'm like, man, that's a friend of mine, but he ain't shit. And the chick could be with him, and I'd be looking at her like, trying to give her the sign. I'd be like, and she's still with it.
and then get mad at me about it. I'm like, hell,
why didn't you tell me? Like, what was I supposed to tell you? I gave you the signs. What sign did you give me? They talk about, well, what sign did you give me? Well, I went like this.
I actually told you before you got with dude or slept with dude that he wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you sleep with him and get mad at me, or you have a child by him and get mad at me. I'm thinking, don't get mad at me. I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. Hard-headed makes us all bad. And so there you go.
All right. It's just the fact that they sleep with them raw. Because everybody entitled to, you sleep with somebody, you make a mistake, I get it. But then to sleep with them raw, that's not a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you sleeping with them is one mistake. You only entitled to so many mistakes in a particular situation. Sleeping with them raw, that's just 2 mistakes.
And then think about it. It's always an excuse. Well, I was drunk. I was high. It was always some type of vice involved on why it happened with no condom. I was like, okay, well then blame it on that.
Whoever made a good decision while drunk or high?
Nobody. So I can't listen to some people. You want to blame what you doing on something else when you shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. Well, I'm grown. I can do what I want. End the conversation. Walk away. When I hear that from a woman, I'm grown. I can do what I want. I just end the conversation because there ain't no need to argue.
Right. And the only people that really hurt and the people that really lose in the situation is who? The kids.
The kids, yeah.
They asked to be here.
They didn't. And then they grow up and then they start doing the same thing the parents were doing. Like, little boy, I remember when you was born and then here you are ripping and running the streets, not going to school, doing drugs. I mean, just all type of stuff, man. It's crazy, man.
Jacked up. It's crazy out here, but you know, people be more upset at opinions than they do at people that actually put them in situations. Yeah. That anger should be turned toward them, not me. I'm entitled to an opinion like you're entitled to an opinion, but my opinion should not enrage you more than the person that actually put you through that experience.
Ain't that crazy? They mad at you for telling the truth, but ain't mad at the person that put them through the situation.
Because if somebody said, "Oh, man, ain't shit," well, you know what, man, they ain't got no bearing on me. So I don't care if you say that. You're the one that got to deal with whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point do we get to we act like children where a person's opinion get us emotionally unstable?
Welcome to 2024. I'm telling you, that's true. A lot of people don't like to get their feelings hurt. Well, I'm glad a lot of y'all didn't grow up when I grew up because your feelings got hurt all the damn time.
The TV shows we watched was you know, man, you couldn't even play some of the stuff that we watched growing up without somebody getting offended.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And then they got this thing, My Truth. What the F is that? My Truth.
I've never heard of it.
Truth is the truth. There is no such thing as my truth. It either is the truth or it's not. It's not what my truth. What? So I don't get it.
Yeah, they come up with all types of stuff. Yeah, you're right. So whatever helps them sleep good at night. That's all I can tell you.
All it is. But if you want to come over here and debate, we will charge a fee. I will go ahead and have a conversation with anybody. But I'm going to let y'all know. You're not going to waste my time doing it. You know what I'm saying? If I got to take time to have a discussion with you, then it's going to be where you got to cash at either Sky or you got to cash at me. You know what I'm saying? Or just sit back and listen to us have a discussion, and you can sit in the chats and then chat with us in the chat box.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want to get on video, it's going to cost, because I can think of a lot of other things better to do with my time than argue with somebody or go back and forth with somebody whose opinion I'm not going to change and they're not going to change mine. Possibly good, but it's going to cost them to do so.
And that's why back in 2016 or whatever, when the Trump thing first came out, I didn't talk to people about Trump, and I didn't let people that voted for Trump talk to me, because You're not gonna change who I'm gonna vote for, and I'm not gonna change who you gonna vote for.
Right.
That's what I didn't understand about anti-Trump people. Why are you wasting your breath? These people are gonna vote for Trump no matter what the hell you are talking about. They don't care. They're gonna vote. Same thing with Biden. They're gonna vote for Biden or Hillary no matter what you say. I'm not gonna waste the breath that God gave me trying to change the mind of people who ain't listening to me no way. That's why I don't get into politics and religion. They're not going to change their mind.
Right. You're right, man. But y'all know we'll be here next Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? I guess to piss some more people off. You know?
Controversy equals cash, right?
Sales, I guess. You know? Man, make sure y'all tune in tonight, man, to www.offtopradio.com. You said that was 7 to 9?
Yeah,
Central
7
Standard Time?
PM. And if y'all know anybody who needs radio play, any artist that needs music, any genre, let me know. I'll have them send it to me, you know, as an MP3. Then all I ask is just give me your social media contact so I can tag your social media when I play your music or whatever, and do it like that. So, you know, but hey, yeah. Cool.
And if anybody, if y'all on Bigo, where y'all hear the little dinosaur go, Bigo, y'all can find me on there, big_Damo. That's BIG_DAMO. Come over and holler at me. I'm live a lot of time, and I'm, you know, it's a little different when I'm over there.
Shane, I never played any of yours because remember last time we was at the wrestling, your friend was supposed to send me the MP3 version. You kept sending me the WAV version, remember? But yes, please send me another as a MP3, please, because the way the radio station is set up, it won't play waves. It has to be an MP3. And
the wave files are too big.
Yeah, and Shane, I was talking to a guy who wants to do music and integrate it with wrestling. And he asked me, did I know a wrestler who does music? And I told him about you. So in a couple of weeks, him and a friend of mine named Philo the Great is going to get back with me to wanting to do music and wrestling. Now, I know they want to do some music with some wrestling promotions. I don't know. They'll give me more details. But the guy, I think his name was Chris, told me that he was really looking for a professional wrestler that does music, and he wanted to do business with him. And I told them about you, Shane. So when I hit you up, I'm going to give you their information whenever they get back to me.
That's nice, man.
I'm their liaison. You know, I'm a liaison. But yeah, it was just a phone call out of the blue. I played Philo the Great's music, and he called me out the blue with his business partner, and they were just shooting ideas back and forth that, you know, what we could do. And since I was a wrestler, they wanted my information and all that stuff. But like I told them, I'm out of the music business. I just publish. The email is sky.black@gmail.com. That's sky.blacke@gmail.com. And so I told him that I knew somebody who they was looking for, and he said, didn't matter the genre of music, this is just what he wants and what he's looking for. And I was like, okay. And they doing it big because the guy, he does videos, he has his own studio, he has everything that. Again, I will put y'all two together, and then I'll walk away whenever they get back with me. So yeah, shouts out to Philo the Great. I don't know if you've heard of him or not, Damo, but he was now he owns his own record label, but he was a musician. He's probably still doing music in Nashville. So I don't know if you ever heard of him before.
No, I haven't heard that name. So
and shouts out to Rob D. I saw one of Rob D's videos online. He had someplace in Nashville arguing with some guy. Did you see that? Okay, whatever. Shouts out to Rob D.
I really, you know what? In crazy and really, I haven't been on Facebook a lot. When I do go on there, it's to find material that we can have discussions about. But for the most part, I haven't really been on there. I've spent a lot of time. I'm telling y'all, if y'all trying to keep up with what I'm doing or what I got going on, go to Bigo. I am on Bigo every day. And the reason being, I can make money off of it. So that's why.
Congratulations on that. Congrats on that.
Yeah, I haven't figured out. They said you could make it on Facebook too. I just haven't figured out how to do so. So I just don't be on Facebook as much.
Man, what's going on with Facebook and a lot of these things? They're changing their algorithm because they're starting to see a lot of people. Once the masses finds out how to make money on something, they switch it. Back in the day when only a handful of people knew how to make money on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. But man, when you start making money on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and they figured out that the masses know how to do this now, then they switch everything up and make it harder to do it. So I just want y'all to know that. So for y'all that start YouTube and like, well, why my YouTube ain't catching on fire? Well, I only got 3 views. That's because it's YouTube doing that. They're already paying Shannon Sharp $19 million for that damn Cat Williams video. They can't pay everybody all this money. So no matter how much you pay to get your stuff monetized, now they're making it even harder to become monetized because they don't want to keep paying out all these royalties.
Yep.
I saw it. It came through. I got it. Thank you. Yeah. So, but hey, that's why I said congratulations to you, Damo. You know, it's just the hard work that you've been putting into it and the consistency on how you got there.
Yeah, I got a long way to go, but I'm ready for the challenge, man.
You're farther than most people.
Yeah. I was just happy to see any money, and then that really motivated me. So.
Oh yeah. That's all it takes. Once you learn how to make your first dollar, back in the 30s and 40s, when people made their first dollar, they would take it and frame it and hang it on the wall. Like they very
That's
first
the
dollar.
hardest dollar to make.
That's the hardest one. Or their very first $100 bill, they would hang it on the wall. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know if I still had that dollar bill. I remember I made $1 one time and I stuck it in a Bible. It's probably still in there 24 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell that dollar bill looked like.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you spoke on that. Because speaking of, I know there's a lot of people that's in the wrestling circuit that's on here, right? So I want to let y'all know. I'm trying to get rid of this. I need to put it on the Facebook market. But I got socks in bulk. I got handbags in bulk. I got fragrances in bulk. And I got eye tags in bulk. And I do not have time to move all this product. So I want to sell it all in a bundle for about $250. So if you guys know anybody that's into selling merchandise and know this ain't stolen goods, I went and bought my stuff offline in bulk from places that was liquidating items that they no longer could keep. And so I just don't have, I want to get space because I don't have the space to keep up with it anymore. And I don't have the time to move it. Because I was planning on moving it on the weekends, and obviously I don't have my weekends. So if y'all know anybody that like to go out to some of y'all wrestling shows, sell merchandise, go ahead and tell them to reach out to me. I got a lot of stuff in bulk that they could go ahead and make 4 or 5 times the money that they would spend to get it from me. So,
right, yeah. Well, that's cool. That's dope. There you go, right there. That is absolutely dope. That's what's up.
Yeah, so. Man, we want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. I want to tell y'all the only thing guaranteed in life is death. So only worry about the things that you can control. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
That is absolutely true. Thank y'all for listening and joining and all that good stuff. And you know, coming in on the chats every Tuesday, man. Lord willing, we'll be here.
We'll be here, man. Having a ball. I look forward to Tuesdays.
Yeah, me too.
Man, I'll be like, man,
you
never know what's going to happen in our show.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I learn something new every Tuesday, you know. That's crazy.
Amen. God bless y'all. Peace. May y'all have a great, prosperous week. All right.
All right. See y'all next week.
We out.